Hello everyone whoever has joined. My name is Vaishnavi and I hope you're doing great. Can you all let me know if I'm audible and visible? Mm, yeah, hello. Can you please let me know if I'm audible and visible? Um, hello. Yeah, thanks. Thank you so much for confirming that. So I hope you all are doing great. My name is Vaishnavi Gaur, and before we begin with this session, I would like to tell you a beautiful quote I read a few days back. It is a quote by Anne Frank, which says, "I don't think of all the misery, but all the beauty that still remains." And in these tough times, okay, am I not visible? I believe I am. So yeah, continuing with that. In these tough times, uh, hope and faith is the only thing that we can hold on to. So just hold on to that, and we'll get through. For today's session, I'm really excited to inform you all about this new initiative of ours. After having a very massive, this massive success in this UPSC program of ours, and since chasing dreams for blissful reality has been our motto throughout, we bring to you a program for the judicial preparation, for judicial preparation as well. So for now, we just have a WhatsApp group. You can join it. You can DM us for the link in which we'll be providing you with the material and the legal updates. All right, and yes, with that, you can also subscribe to our YouTube channel through the link given in our bio. So today's session is about how to crack judiciary. Our speaker for today, that is Manya ma'am, she is a prolific personality. She has done her graduation from SRCC, law from Faculty of Law in Delhi University, LLM from NLSIU, and PhD from DU. And she currently is a DJS, that is Delhi Judicial Service Officer. Accept the invitation. Hello, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Yes. Hi, Vaishnavi. I can
Hello,
hear you.
ma'am. How you been?
I'm good. I hope you can hear me as well.
Yeah, I hope my audio is a bit low. No, I mean, I just hope the audience can hear you clearly. Someone can confirm that to us in the comments. It's gonna take time. So, like, you're audible to me, so I guess you can start with the session. So, thank you so much, ma'am, for accepting our invitation. We feel so honored to have you on board. And also, we would like to congratulate you for all the achievements you've had so far.
Thank you so much, Vaishnavi, and thank you for inviting me. It's a pleasure speaking with you.
Pleasure is all ours, ma'am. So, ma'am, shall we start with the session?
Definitely.
Yeah. So, ma'am, as you've done your graduation in economics, and what made you gravitate towards law and further choose judiciary as a career option?
There's a common element in both the answers, and that being that I had always wanted to serve or stay connected with the society. And while I was studying economics, and although I love economics, but I also used to, read legal issues and current issues that were going on. I've always been, reading newspapers regularly. So that kind of, always created an attachment towards society and the issues that we all face. That being the common element, but it was always my father who would mention me that you're apt for law. Why don't you think about it? Why don't you think about it? When I actually did, he went on to say that, listen, don't do this because I said that to you. So please, make up your own mind. And I think I was pretty sure that I took this decision by my own self and not because of influence of my father's, constant, um, you know, putting it right in front of me. But I also would like to acknowledge his contribution because it was right in front of me, but I picked it up because it was right in front of me, to be very honest. So, yeah.
Okay, that's a wonderful answer, ma'am. That must have been so inspirational. That's actually really inspirational. So, ma'am, how did you kickstart your preparation?
So when I completed my LLM, that after that, when I came back from Bangalore, that is when I actively started preparing for the judicial services examination. However, I'd always been, I'm that kind of a person who would always want to keep options open till you've not made up your mind. So in my law
Yeah.
school, I would, do my studies properly, would keep updated, keep myself updated with the legal developments and study my basics thoroughly. And eventually that helped me a lot. So can't emphasize more on uh, studying your basics very, very clearly. That's very important.
Right. So, ma'am, is it wise to start from the college itself?
Um, it actually is. It will give you a head start, and also it's a long process. And once you're aware that this is what you want, or this is what at least you want to try, then you will, be more careful in your law school, because I understand law school is a college and you also want to enjoy it,
Mhm.
but to prioritize your courses accordingly and, to prioritize your time, I think that really will help, in again it's all about getting that head start. Otherwise, it's okay if you start after college. If you have that clarity after college, that's also fine. But given the competition and everything, and we have to accept the fact that after all it's a competitive exam, so I completely and strongly recommend, if you're sure you want to go for it, then don't wait.
Right. So that's an advice for college students like me. Just go for it. Right.
Definitely.
So, ma'am, what was your strategy when you began the preparations?
um, to know the syllabus. That was the first step. Um, and when I say to know the syllabus thoroughly, that I could recite it without, taking a pause or forgetting. So you have to
Mhm.
divide it into prelims and mains, and to know what kind of, what are the total number of examinations that you have to write, what kind of questions, what is the syllabus for prelim examination, and what is the syllabus for mains examinations. That's step one,
Yeah.
to know the syllabus, to know the pattern of the
Mhm.
examination. The second step is to know the syllabus I've mentioned. The second would be to, match, like which are the common subjects in prelims and this thing, mains. The third one
Mhm.
would be to go for the past papers, know what is the demand of the examination, because again it's a
Mhm.
competitive exam and all competitive exams have a specific demand. We need to understand that,
Mhm.
what
Yeah.
is exactly what they're looking for. So when you can only know that once you go through the past year papers and observe the patterns
Mhm.
and all of that. So I think that's how you can actually start with your preparation. No need to, rush to get all those heavy books. That is
Mhm.
definitely what is required, but not at the, just when you're beginning to prepare, because it will definitely intimidate you.
Mhm.
The new, the beginners who are just starting to prepare. So know your exam well, like what you're getting into. That is very important.
Mhm.
So that's how to
Right.
start
Uh,
the preparation.
right. So, ma'am, like, since the prevailing condition is of COVID and there's like so much uncertainty around, so what would you advise to the aspirants who would start preparing, in this time, in these times?
We've seen it in the past that they have, you know, in a lot of states, what they do is they have cut short the period between prelims result and mains examination. They literally give you a couple of weeks. So you never know. They might come out with notifications anytime. And since a lot of them, I mean, you have to, if you want to get into judiciary, you have to, be more, using the word selfish would be wrong if you go philosophically into the definition of selfish. However, think about it. A lot of people will think, especially if you, for example, you're from UP and you want to write UP exam and the notification is also out. You need to understand that, because of COVID situation, a lot of people might not, write the exam, and we have been observing that in net examination, in a lot of other exams, competitive exams, it's happening. So don't take it lightly. At least write whichever state you belong to, and if you can travel, that's also, you should not miss the opportunity. That is something which I would recommend highly. So don't take this time as I know it's stressful. Don't burden yourself that you have to study for 10, 12 hours a day. No, but then keep studying. Don't let the gap enter your preparation, because that really is, that pulls you down, and it's not a good thing to have. So in the times of COVID, utilize online materials. I think there are a lot of there's plenty of stuff out there on the internet, so take use of that. And you can always, I think most of the people on Instagram, on social medias, who have cleared the exams are, including myself, I think we are all happy to take up questions. So whoever you're comfortable talking to or DMing the social media, if the platform is such where you can connect, so you can do that if you want any assistance or guidance. And I mean, the point is, don't stop. It's
Yes.
stressful, but don't overburden yourself, but also don't stop. Find the right balance for you.
Right. So that was actually a very wonderful answer, ma'am. So, ma'am, coming to prelims, what was your strategy for it?
So for prelims, they ask you very pointed questions, as in, you need to know the provisions from the BEAR Act. Sometimes verbatim also. You can't really skip even on a single word, because that's what they, mess with. They'll give you options, and you just have to pick the right one. Wherein if you don't know the provision verbatim, you will not be able to answer correctly. So given that, the strategy of prelims is first to go through the BEAR Acts, religiously, like cover to cover, read your BEAR Acts, read them again and again and again as much as you can. BEAR Acts like CPC, CRPC, IPC can be, overwhelming. It can get overwhelming, and it does get overwhelming. So the strategy actually is to start your mains preparation first,
Okay.
so that you are aware of the structure of the law of a particular statute. And after that, when you prepare for your prelims, it gets a little easier. And speaking specifically for Delhi Judicial Services, because every judicial services has different requirements. In Delhi, it's mostly
Yeah.
concept based. So if you start your mains preparation before, it will definitely help you in prelims examination also. It will make your prelims preparation a bit smoother. So having said that, the key is to read the BEAR Acts, and the second one is to answer question, like take mock tests. I think that will give you an idea as to you know how where you are. It will kind of give you, it will show you where you are in your preparation. And it's
Hmm.
not about competing with others in competitive exams. It's always about how better you can perform, because we all
Hmm.
know an average, an idea of a cutoff. And
Yeah.
we really need to focus on that, instead of thinking that, oh my god, there are so many people writing the exam. How will I perform
Yeah.
better than everyone? No, you don't have to perform better than everyone. You just have to score a certain marks and prepare accordingly. So for prelims,
Hmm.
let's go back to knowing the syllabus. That's step one. Second is
Hmm.
to read the past year papers to know what kind of questions are asked, because every, like, there are certain sections in the BEAR Act which are
Hmm.
important for prelims. The other part is important for main, so you need to know
Yeah.
all of that,
Yeah.
right?
Hmm.
So that idea you will get by going through the past year papers, read the BEAR Act,
Hmm.
and solve the questions and be confident. That's all about prelims. And for GK, uh, uh, English is something which I really can't help with, because you have to
Yeah.
practice more, practice and
Hmm.
practice. If it's not your strong area, then all you can do is practice. If it is your strong area, still practice, because
Hmm.
in marking, choosing the correct answer from those
Hmm.
four options, uh, it might, you might lose
Yeah.
marks if you don't practice. So again, practice
Hmm.
questions for that. And for GK, know that DJs, specifically DJs, they ask what is going on. So don't miss
Hmm.
out. So don't assume that, okay, this is this might, everyone might know this. So DJs might,
Hmm.
they might
Yeah.
not ask this
Yeah.
question, but no, DJs
Hmm.
ask you each and everything that is going on, even if it is known by everyone. And I think that the reason they ask such questions is because they want you to know that uh, these things are important. So, again, go back to the
Hmm.
philosophy of an examination, why a particular examination is conducted. You are going to be a judge. So you have to know everything, even the smallest
Yeah.
of the things and most basic of the
Hmm.
things. So such things, such approach helps you. You are going to be a decision maker. So
Hmm.
again, it should, it's a process, and it should, eventually be reflected in your preparation as well.
Right. That was again, very insightful answer. I would request all the viewers, if they have any questions, please put that in the question tag. I won't be able to catch up in the comment section. So, and we don't want to miss out on any of your queries. So please consider putting it in the question tag. So, with this being said, as you mentioned about the codes and acts, so how did you memorize the sections and the case laws for the prelims?
So there are certain, I'll first talk about case laws. There are certain case laws that we all know about. Keshwananda Bharti, if you don't know
Yeah,
about
yeah,
that case law,
the
I
landmark
think,
judges. You can say.
yeah, so there are certain landmark judgments which you should know. Uh,
Mhm.
and that is what they ask about. And uh, in case laws, and that is what they ask about by giving you the title of the case. What they will
Yeah,
also ask is what is going on currently. For that, you need to keep yourself updated, and they will not give you the title of the case, but they will definitely going to give you the facts of the case and would ask you questions on that. So
yeah.
read, keep yourself updated, especially for DJs again, because
Mhm.
this is what I cleared, and this is what I can speak about in detail. About every other exam, you will again, you will have to go through the pattern, what the demand of the exam is. But for DJs specifically, uh, recent case laws are very, very important. It can actually,
Mhm.
be a deal maker for you if you go through the recent case laws. And Live Law is a great, great,
Yeah.
uh, website to follow. It's a great website to
Mhm.
follow. So highly recommended.
Right. So, ma'am, about the
So,
current affairs, as you
I'm
said
sorry, I'm
that they
sorry.
ask more.
I'm sorry, you asked about case laws and also the Bare Acts, right? I missed out on that part.
Yes,
I'm
yes,
sorry.
the
Yeah,
sections,
so
how to.
yeah, so the sections, you have to read the Bare Act cover to cover, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not possible to memorize each and everything, right? So
Yeah.
read it, go through it,
Mm-hmm.
understand it, but also take help from past year papers that what is the important area, what you should know. For
Yeah.
example, in the Evidence Act, the initial sections, you know, the
Mm-hmm.
relevancy sections are very important. You should know where concepts like res gestae
Mm-hmm.
are, conspiracy, wit, and witnesses
Yeah.
towards the end.
Yeah.
All of this is very important for prelims. So you should know
Mm-hmm.
the section number. Where is examination in chief? Where is cross
Mm-hmm.
examination mentioned? Refreshing memory mentioned. These section numbers are important. Accomplice, where is it mentioned? So there are certain elements, there are certain areas of the law which you should
Mm-hmm.
know. So, for example,
Yeah.
in Constitution, a lot of the judiciary part is asked more than the
Yeah.
executive and the legislature. So you will get to know
Yeah.
once you go through the past year paper. So you memorize, you try
Mm-hmm.
to learn those sections, and the key to do is again to go through it again and again. What I used to do is
Mm-hmm.
I took print of the index, the table of
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
contents, where in front of the section number, the title
Mm-hmm.
of the section is mentioned.
Yeah.
So I used to revise from that. I took a
Mm-hmm.
printout and I used to revise from there rather than going back to the Bare Act again, because again it might get overwhelming to see the whole section again, because you tend to again you tend to read uh, the whole section again, which is not wise when you're preparing for prelims. Sometimes that the subject matter of a particular
Mm-hmm.
section, but then you're not confident enough. So the key,
Mm-hmm.
what I did was I took the printout of the contents and I would revise from there, just by looking at the title.
Yeah.
So that
So,
again, because if you have a visual, more of a visual memory, then you will remember it better. So
mm-hmm.
again, tricks and hacks, whatever works.
Yeah, like we were told in our school that, whatever you see, you remember it for a very long time in comparison to what you hear and uh, well, so yeah. Ma'am, coming to the current affairs, as you said that they test your current like knowledge on the current issues. So how to prepare those current issues? If they should go for the newspapers or what?
Um, See, it's always a good habit to read the newspaper. Always, always.
Yeah.
Because once you clear prelims, you have to write essays and, essays and descriptive answers related to
Mm-hmm.
current issues in your mains examination. So it's always advisable that you read the newspaper. That's one. Apart from that, know that Delhi judiciary, as compared to UPSC, asks
Mm-hmm.
for very static kind of
Yeah.
GK questions, current affairs, but they don't
Mm-hmm.
really ask you general knowledge questions. They
Mm-hmm.
ask you your static knowledge on what is going on currently. For example, they asked this one. They increased the number of seats, right, in the Supreme Court.
Mm-hmm.
They asked a static question on that. Now it was on news, but number of now again, what we remembered was 35, but
Yeah.
it's 1 plus 34, CJI
Mm-hmm.
plus other
Yeah.
judges, right, in the
34
Supreme
judges.
Court.
Yeah.
Yes. So again, it became technical. How
Mm-hmm.
many? What is it increased to now? It is increased to
Mm-hmm.
34. The total is 35. That's again like a
Mm-hmm.
that's how they
Yeah.
test your presence of mind.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
instead of asking the first female judge in the Supreme Court, they ask the
Mm-hmm.
second female judge, the name of the second female judge. So you should know the static again, these questions can be predicted
Yeah.
once you read the past year papers. So,
Mhm. Like once if someone goes through the past years, so I guess it would become, predictable to.
yes, and also I followed GK Today. Yeah,
Okay.
GK Today, the app,
Yeah.
they have divided it really well
Yeah. Let's start with
in
GK there.
different, yeah. So I
Mhm.
think that should work. I mean, I personally followed that. So,
Yeah. So, ma'am, how did you, okay, so what was your strategy to manage time in this entire preparation?
great question. I am not the best person to answer this because, and I'll tell you why, because I practically prepared for 2.5 months. Uh, so
Okay.
I left everything and I just
Mm-hmm.
studied. So I'm not the best person to answer this, but having said that, I was also, as I said, started preparing for this exam actively after I came back. Uh, you
Mm-hmm.
know, but while I was doing my LLM, I was passively preparing. But
Mm-hmm.
for the time management, I would say, you know, don't. Don't give too much time to one subject. For example, CPC is very lengthy, and
Mm-hmm.
if you're stuck somewhere, don't waste time. Switch,
Mm-hmm.
switch between subjects rather than keeping an aim of finishing one subject and that, and then moving
Mm-hmm.
on to this next one because you will never be able to finish a subject in what you plan to finish it in.
Yeah.
Never, it's never going to happen. So it's wise to keep moving parallelly, keep switching the preparation when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
different subjects because uh, when I wrote my exams, including mains exams, I thought I was underprepared. I was not because this is, and I spoke to other people also, people
Mm-hmm.
who've gotten through, who've been selected. Everyone, this is a general trend. You're never satisfied with your preparation. So as far
Yeah.
as time management is concerned, finish preparing for finish all the subjects. Don't miss out on any
Mm-hmm.
subjects, and your strategies, I think, can be is time management. I think it's a very personalized strategy, and
Yeah.
again, I'm not the best person to talk about it because I studied
Mm-hmm.
from morning to night because of
Yeah.
positive time. So I don't want to
Right.
intimidate people by saying that because literally I had 2.5 months. And having said that, I
Mm-hmm.
think it should also be taken note that it's possible to crack the exam in this amount of time
Mm-hmm.
as well. So anything is possible. Keep working hard.
Right. So then there was a question from the audience which said how to read newspaper, like because all the sections might not be relevant for the reading. So what do you advise to them?
If you've never read newspapers in your life, which is possible
Mm-hmm.
in your first year, second year, and no
Yeah.
judgments. A lot of people don't read newspapers,
Yeah.
but it's advisable. And I said read newspapers. So the
Mm-hmm.
this is for those who have never read newspapers in their life before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, a lot of people are talking about to speak in English in Hindi.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, so
I
I'll
believe
try
you.
to sum up towards the end briefly what I said in Hindi.
Yeah,
So,
ma'am, we can go about bilingual if you're comfortable. I have no problem with that.
um, uh, bilingual. The problem is, let's keep it. I'll briefly sum up towards the
Yeah.
end. I won't be
Okay. Okay.
comfortable. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
So
Sure, sure. Not an issue.
yeah. So I'm sorry. Newspaper. Yeah.
Yeah.
Day one, just read the headlines. Get
Mm-hmm.
acquainted with the newspaper. कि page one पे क्या आता
Mm-hmm.
है, page two पे क्या आता है. How many articles are there in the editorial? What kind of articles are
Mm-hmm.
there in the editorial? Just read the headlines And if anything interests you, read the article. Um, do this for a day or two, because I know for day one, for someone who has never read newspaper, that can also be, that can also take up a lot of time. But be truthful to yourself. When you're reading headlines, read each and every headline. Then try to shortlist, those news items which are relevant for everyone. Anything which is happening. In my mock interview, I was also asked about COVID vaccines. So, they really can ask you anything. So, because it's a matter of national importance, right? That any legal news, and by that you can skip the city news where they are mostly talking about um, you know murders and rapes and thefts and robberies, because they don't talk about legal points, they are just facts, and that too not from the legal perspective. So you really can skip that part. I've not read those news items personally, because it doesn't really add to your preparation, to be very honest. So, and because we are, preparing for a competitive exam, it's also important to rule out what is not important. So that is not relevant. The sports page, I'm not really a fan of reading sports page, so I covered from from GK today, but not from the newspaper. But if you have interest, then go ahead. Editorials, very important. If you hate reading newspapers, read editorials, and then you can just miss the other parts, because whatever is national news will be covered in editorials. So if you really can't get your hands on newspaper, and if you feel that it's getting too much, read editorials. If you're not comfortable with the print paper, you can go online. Everything is online these days, and read editorials. So how to read newspaper is this way. You eventually you will, understand how to pick up articles what are relevant. But try with headlines and then move on to what is relevant, and don't skip editorials. That's about it.
So, ma'am, if we had to sum up, how would you sum up your strategy for mains?
Um, for mains examination, first of all, there are four papers: GS English, sorry, GK and English, um, criminal law, civil 1 and civil law 2. So know the syllabus, divide the syllabus, that whatever you're studying. For example, evidence act is asked both in criminal law and civil law too. But then again, that is, in evidence, there are portions which are specifically relevant for the criminal law, and there are portions which are specifically relevant for the civil law. So that is how you divide. Um, Concepts should be very clear. So DJS gives you bare acts. They provide you bare acts. So they don't expect you to, learn the bare act. But what they are expecting from you is you know the concepts really well, because the paper is very lengthy. If you do not finish a paper, it's highly likely that you're out of the race. Um, and they rarely repeat questions, except for civil law 1. They don't repeat questions. Mostly the questions are based on recent case laws. So read what is going on, update yourself. Live law, again, I cannot stop recommending live law highly enough. It personally, and I'll share one anecdote before my this one, civil law 1. I read one. I read one case from live law, and that exact same question was asked, like exact same question. So again, like it worked for me, and I know it works for a lot of people.
Mm.
So do not miss on that, and keep your concept strong. Mains preparation is about, shortlist what
Mhm.
are the questions that they're focusing on. For example, in from evidence law, the documents part, section
Mhm.
91, 92 is very important, very important. You can't miss on that. Then the
Yeah.
relevancy portion is very important. The
Mhm.
beginning one, all that is important. So know what is important, and CPC, res judicata, res,
Yeah.
you can't do without it, right? It's the,
Mhm.
you can't, jurisdiction questions. These are very
Yeah.
important. So appeal questions are asked very much in
Mhm.
mains. So know what is in, again, going back, circling back to the same thing, past year
Yeah.
papers, and these difference between the strategy between mains and prelims is, in mains, it's very important that your concepts are like, you have to apply your judicial mind.
Mhm.
Think logically, and um, think logically and legally, both ways, and
Yeah.
know your law, and again. So my strategy was to
Mhm.
read books, to get my concepts clear, to update myself with what is going on, and
Mhm.
that's the knowledge part of it. How would you
Yeah.
present it? As I mentioned, that it's a very lengthy
Mhm.
exam. You're practically
Mhm.
asked to write around 18 to 21 questions, which is in 3 hours, which is insane. But people write, so you also have to write, right? So for that, answer writing, very important. Practice
Mhm.
writing answers, because we
Yeah.
lose this habit of writing with our
Mhm.
hands. We are, you
Yeah.
know this generation is more about typing, but
Mhm.
that is not
Yeah.
what will
Mhm.
you know take you through this exam. You will have to write.
Mhm.
So write if you are not comfortable with writing. That's the presentation part of it.
Right. So, ma'am, as you tell about the writing, so did you prepare any template for the lengthy answers?
Um, so in my first year of LLB, my
Mhm.
contract law professor, he shared a
Yeah.
strategy with us because we were new and we
Mhm.
asked him how to write answers. And I've been following that strategy, since then. And for practical questions, he said, pick up the issue. What is the issue in the question? What are they asking? Write
Mhm.
that.
Okay.
Briefly write the facts. Then,
Mhm.
write the law. What is the relevant law? And then apply that law in the facts of the case and
Mhm.
write the answer. Final answer, what is asked, which question is
Mhm.
asked. Have they asked you to decide the question? Have they asked you to advise the party? you know Read the question very
Yeah.
carefully. So again, this is the template. When I started preparing for judiciary, and I asked my friends who had already cleared the exam, they also said me the same thing. So I was kind of acquainted with this strategy. So it didn't take me time. And honestly speaking, biggest 2.5 months, I did not write a single answer before attempting the mains examination. But again, it's an exception. It's a must that you
Mhm.
write. And I've already mentioned that in my law school, I used to follow this strategy. So
Mhm.
technically, I have written answers in the same
Yeah.
pattern, right? So
Yeah.
it would be wrong to say that I've not taken
Mhm.
any mock tests, because I was doing this. Thankfully, my teacher was, it was great to have such a teacher who gave me the right kind of strategy, which worked. For lengthy
Mhm.
answers, for the theory-based answers. I personally prefer writing an introduction, then briefly. Then I don't
Yeah.
believe in writing lengthy answers. Write to the point,
Mhm.
and that is what DJS also
Yeah.
expects. Most of the judicial services exams expect, because you cannot complete your exam if you do
Mhm.
not, write concisely and briefly.
Mhm.
So follow that. That's about answer writing.
Right. That was actually a very insightful answer again. So, ma'am, did you prepare any notes for self-study? And if you did, so how did you prepare them?
Um, I was lucky enough that my friend shared her notes with me, and because 2.5 months were there, I did not. But I did not have notes for my for a couple of subjects, and again, my LLB times notes helped
Mm-hmm.
me. I literally
Yeah.
had picked them up. I studied from those notes,
Mm-hmm.
and that helped really well. So the key to make notes is you know, write the main legal point, what is there,
Mm-hmm.
write certain examples and important case laws. In case laws, when you're writing a case law, when you're making notes for a case law, write what the
Mm-hmm.
issues were, write the
Yeah.
facts, write
Mm-hmm.
how the judges
Yeah.
applied the law in a particular in those particular facts
Mm-hmm.
and what the judgment was. The way you write your answers, it will help you both way. Um,
Mm-hmm.
right, it will help you,
Yeah.
it's in a way preparing you for your mains exam answer writing, right?
Mm-hmm.
It will
Yeah.
give, it will definitely give you that. So
Yeah.
that's for taking note, making notes for cases. Apart from that, I think I
Mm-hmm.
mentioned, if for any topic, write the legal point and the
Yeah.
relevant case laws. Not more than that.
Mm.
Your notes should be holistic but not too lengthy.
Right. Right. So, ma'am, is there any book list that you would like to share with the aspirants?
Yeah, I actually wrote it down because I was sure I'm going to forget. So for CRPC, it's Kelkar, Indian Evidence Act, Batuklal, Indian Penal Code, it was Pillai or KD Gaur. Then for
Mm-hmm.
CPC, it was Takwani, Limitation JD Jain, Specific Relief Act Avtar Singh, Partnership Avtar Singh, Sale of Goods Avtar Singh again, Hindu Law, Muslim Law, PP Saxena, Contract Avtar Singh. With that, read cases. Case laws, reading case law is very important. For
Mm-hmm.
constitutional law, I read AK Jain. I mean, I know it's whatever you might say, it helped in the exam. So don't
Mm-hmm.
rely on AK Jain. Build your knowledge, build your concepts, and then read AK Jain. For any subject, it goes that way. Read AK Jain, but only when you're thorough with reading
Mm-hmm.
your main text once. Your
Right.
concepts are clear, then rely on AK Jain. So
Mm-hmm. That
yeah.
actually would help because there's a lot of query on book list, so I believe it will satisfy the aspirants who are watching us. Ma'am, what was your approach towards the interview round, and can you please tell us about your personal experience?
My for interview, see, it's important to sum up your answer in a sentence.
Mm-hmm.
So my interview preparation was exactly that. How I can speak concisely, and that is
Mm-hmm.
what the remark I got from the bench itself, from the panel. They appreciated that I was concise and to the point. So I think that is the key. Another key is to use legal term. If they're asking you about Article 15.3,
Mm-hmm.
mention it. If they're asking about Article 14, mention, try to produce it verbatim, because these are not lengthy
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
articles, right?
Mm-hmm.
And knowing that there's mostly high court judges sit on the bench, on the panel, I think it's in the common knowledge. So they deal with constitutional law cases, so know that constitutional law is very important when it comes to interview. Again, criminal law, evidence act, procedure is important. you know
Mm-hmm.
the kind of cases they are dealing with in the high court, those laws are
Yeah.
more important. If you've
Mm-hmm.
done LLM, that is important. So there are certain areas. So for personality test, the preparation is this, but again, be truthful, be honest, don't bluff.
Mm-hmm.
uh, don't overdo anything. Don't
Yeah.
if you don't speak in a particular manner, don't try to speak that way in front of them as well. Be natural. They are very supportive, very helpful. It's an experience to appear before them for the interview. Very, very learned people. They know, their experience. There's a reason why they are sitting there because they're so experienced. So don't, try to fool them in any manner. Just be yourself. If you don't know something, say that I don't know because they don't, they know that you can't know everything. So the
Yeah.
key is to cool yourself, to be calm and then appear before them. This is me. I want to show my true self to you. So
Yeah.
that should be in your mind when you're preparing for interview. You have cleared mains, it means you have something in you, right?
Yeah.
So try
Yeah.
to have that kind of confidence in your personality also because it's mostly about your personality in the personality test. Don't argue with them, stuff like that. So
Hmm.
that's what I focused on.
So, ma'am, is it wise to prepare for more than, one state judiciary exam? And if it is, so how to go about it?
um, See, I I've also written exams of different states, but it didn't work for me because I didn't really prepare. As I said, I was either I was doing LLB, and after that, I mean, you start taking exams after LLB. I was doing LLM and didn't really have the time. So it actually, it's a gamble. Like if you're writing it, then be prepared that you will have to work a bit extra because every exam has an extra element.
Mm-hmm.
So when a particular exam is approaching, you will have to focus on that exam. So it's I am nobody to say if it is advisable or not, but if you want to, then
Yeah.
strategize well. Basics are same everywhere: CPC, CRPC, evidence, consti, IPC, contract. Everyone will ask. Limitation, specific relief. Everyone is going to ask. So try to,
Yeah.
polish these subjects and then pick up the additional ones. And whenever a particular exam is approaching, you can, focus on that particular exam. So I have seen a lot of people who do take exams, unlike me, who was not serious in writing other states exams. But if you are serious, then there's no harm in it. I have seen people who, initially planned something and ended up somewhere else and are very happy. So it is very much
Right.
possible, and if it works for you, it works for you. So no
Right.
generalized recommendation. I can't do that.
Right. That that's again, very good answer to that's again one of the most asked questions, and we get confused over this. So, ma'am, like most of the competitive exams, the journey in this exam in judiciary exam, that's also again like really stressful. So, how did you cope up with that stress, and what advice would you give to the aspirants?
Um, See, stress is going to be there till the results are out. Final
Yeah.
results are out. How to deal with that? Engage in healthy conversations. Cut off from people who are, in a way,
Yeah.
knowingly or unknowingly pulling you down in any manner. You know what is not working for you, so you need to cut yourself from, such people because it can get overwhelming. And because of internet, we're all connected. So if X person is reading by number of books, but that's that person's strategy. It might be possible for you Z number of books works. So
Yeah.
know what works for you. Be truthful, and that helps in dealing with stress. That you're confident about your preparation. Be honest with yourself. That definitely reduces stress. Eat healthy food. Try to exercise if you're comfortable because it helps. Don't indulge too much in extra reading. I love reading, and I had stopped reading apart from my
Mm-hmm.
Anything that was not related to preparation, I had stopped reading it. And right
Mm-hmm.
after my mains examination, I came back and I read one book, and that's how I dealt with it. But then the point is, uh, have that control to not pick up something else which is not related to
Yeah.
preparation. Be focused, and these things collectively, cumulatively, help
Mm.
in dealing with stress. Talk to your family, talk to your friends, near and dear ones, loved ones,
Yeah.
because don't feel that, don't take it personally. These exams are not meant to
Mm-hmm.
be taken personally.
Yeah.
So, you know, we have also failed multiple times. Whoever goes,
Mm.
gets through. I think there are more number of failures and then successes than
Yeah.
one-time success, like the first time success. So know
Mm.
that it's okay. And we all
Mm.
learn from our mistakes, and we can also learn from other person's mistakes. So again, like, don't take it personally. If you didn't get through, you can get through. Maybe you can get through the next time or in some other state. So that also, no, being aware of this fact that this you're more
Mm.
than this exam also helps.
Yeah.
And
That's
drink lots of
true.
water.
That's actually true. Like, no exam is actually worth, deteriorating your mental health. So if you're feeling that way,
Definitely.
if you're feeling stressed, it's always good to reach out. And then lastly, what are the do's and don'ts that you would advise for the aspirants?
Dose is, um, be honest with yourself. I cannot, say this again and again. Know where your
Mm.
preparation is going. You know, don't think that if you have done certain subject, it's done. If it's not clear, it's not clear, and you need to read it again. So that's very important. What you need to do is to indulge in the right kind of conversations. What you don't need to do is
Mm.
overwhelm yourself with
Yeah.
10 times the number of books, getting
Yeah.
those books, but rather focus on, a
Mm.
limited resource, and read
Mm.
that again and again rather than, reading 10 books for the same topic.
Mm.
Read what you have, but multiple times. So mostly that, but I think I've covered the do's
Yeah.
and don'ts previously.
Mm-hmm.
So
So, yeah, with this, we come to an end to this session, and your insights in every aspect and every issue, they were so enlightening. And I believe they're going to help all of us like, who will be appearing for judiciary exams. Thank you so much, ma'am, for coming in and for, it was actually it was so elating to have you here. And we would like to wish you best of luck for all your future endeavors. And thank you again, ma'am, for coming in. And we're really grateful.
thank you so much for inviting me, and it was really a pleasure talking to you. And also, briefly, because I had said earlier, people were
Yeah.
asking about Hindi, to say it in Hindi. So, पहला point was, स्टार्ट कहाँ से करें, राइट? तो सबसे पहले जानें कि एग्ज़ाम चाहता क्या है आपसे। तो प्रिलिमिनरी
Mm.
एग्जामिनेशन है, मेंस एग्जामिनेशन है, इंटरव्यू है। तो प्रिलिमिनरी
Mm.
एग्जामिनेशन और मेंस एग्जामिनेशन का सब्जेक्ट क्या है। तो सब्जेक्ट्स के लिए सिलेबस देखें, अच्छे से जानें कि कौन से सब्जेक्ट सबसे आपको पढ़ने हैं इस एग्ज़ाम के लिए। उसके बाद पहले जो पिछले जो एग्ज़ाम्स में जो भी सवाल आपसे जो पूछे गए हैं, उनको बहुत अच्छे से समझिए। उनको वो बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट इसलिए है जानना कि पहले क्या पूछा गया है, क्योंकि हर एक
Mhm.
एग्ज़ाम की एक अप्रोच होती है। तो वो अप्रोच आप तभी
Yeah.
तभी समझ पाएंगे कि एक पर्टिकुलर एग्ज़ाम के लिए कौन सा टॉपिक ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है पढ़ना। तो वो आप समझ पाएंगे अगर आप पहले जो पूछे गए हैं सवाल उस पे जाएंगे। उसके अलावा देखिए, हिंदी की किताबें तो अब मैंने
Mhm.
इंग्लिश में किताबें पढ़ी हैं, तो मैं हिंदी का मटेरियल नहीं, आई कैन नॉट शेयर दैट। लेकिन वो आई थिंक ऑनलाइन मिल जाना चाहिए कहीं पे। और मेंस के लिए आप ये कर सकते हैं कि कॉन्सेप्ट जो है, कॉन्सेप्ट को बहुत अच्छे से पढ़ें, समझें, और मेंस की स्ट्रैटेजी यही है कि
Mm-hmm.
कॉन्सेप्ट को बहुत अच्छे से समझे, एंड प्रीलिम्स और मेंस में यही ज़रूरी है समझना कि कौन से टॉपिक्स मेंस में ज़्यादा पूछे जा रहे हैं, कौन से प्रीलिम्स में पूछे जा रहे हैं, और कौन से दोनों में पूछे जा रहे हैं, तो उस हिसाब से
Mm-hmm.
प्रेपरेशन करें। एंड आई थिंक दैट्स इतना ही, मैंने मेन पॉइंट्स यही थे, क्रक्स।
Yeah.
बाकी तो आई थिंक this was the main point. These were the main
Yeah.
points,
This was
right?
actually, yeah, we've covered
All right.
everything. Right. Thank you so
All
much,
right
ma'am.
then. All right.
Thank you, ma'am. So I guess you can leave the session, I believe. There must
I'll
be
do
a
that. Yeah, I'll do that.
yeah. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, everybody, for joining in. Stay safe and take care. Bye bye, and all the best.